wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward live on Woodward.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Rats.
What up, though?
We've got young Chris in the TV booth. JB's moving the 1 to 2, and we're joined by a special guest, my guy, Flannel Sam,
The guy.
Legend killer.
the legend killer.
Killed another legend today.
Yeah, that was nonsense. That was uncalled for today.
For the record, it was not completely unprovoked. Did Jerome Bettis not get brought up, at least in passing? He did.
He did. But I still think he's a Hall of Famer.
No.
He's Hall of Famer just based off like lore. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying, like everyone loves a fat running back. Everyone loves like something they're not supposed to be.
And his stats.
Christian McCaffrey. Jerome Bettis got good stats like that?
Yeah.
I know you know Flannel Sam.
I mean,
He's over 13,000 rushing yards.
but his lifetime yards per carry is 3.9. 9 out of his 13 seasons, he averaged less than 4 yards per carry. 3.9 is not good.
3.9 is good. 4 yards per carry.
But 9 out of his 13 seasons, less than 4. That's not good. Nobody can turn a 2nd and 7 into a 3rd and 4 quite like Jerome Bettis.
You sound like you practice that in the mirror, Flannel Sam.
I said it I said it on
He did say it on BDE today.
Oh, yeah,
so
when he said that, I was like, that's a bar, kind of.
Yeah, he got a couple reps in this morning. Got a big show for you guys today. Jaden Ivey, we'll talk about that. But in terms of like the show, the Pistons starting 5. Well, it was in the prep. I looked at the first thing in the prep.
Yeah.
Talking about Jaden Ivey, was a pick for the culture
Okay.
instead of a pick for the team. But I think Matthew. Anyway, speaking of the Pistons, their starting 5 is averaging the most points in the NBA out of all teams.
They are? They have the highest scoring starting 5 in the NBA.
My mind can't even process that one. We will get to it. You said you'll debunk it for me, so
Yes,
I'm definitely looking forward to that one because I was
Yes.
just my mind like froze. It was like a brain freeze. I was like, we're 3-8. How?
Here's a preview of what it will be. It's this lineup right here that we'll be
Thanks,
talking about.
Chris. Thanks.
The highest scoring starting 5 on the season is Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Bojan Bogdanovic, Sadiq Bey, and Isaiah Stewart.
Outside of that,
It's a little misleading, though.
And we're going to get to it next segment. I wanted to do this yesterday. Our guy Stick wrote a fantastic article on this on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you guys check it out. But the Dominican Sue says Detroit Lions got to keep and build around Aiden Hutchinson. Obviously, he has experience with that, being a former Detroit Lion himself. So definitely want you guys' takes on that one. This one a little bit inspired by my guy Dosa Dion. All right. We were texting back and forth last night, and he had sent me this tweet that Josh Allen may miss some time this season. And as we know, the Detroit Lions play them, the Bills on Thanksgiving.
They do.
We play the Bears this coming week,
We
which
do.
we're not the favorites. We're the underdogs.
They're
We're
not.
only 2.5 points, but it's a winnable game. I'm not saying I expect them to win, but it is a winnable game. So the Lions got a little bit of a streak. All these playoff people might be on something.
Probably not. I'm not going to buy into that yet. I'm not going to say this is a playoff team.
Plus, they evaded your 0-2, your 0-2 stat that you love.
They did.
So I'm just saying
They
it's
didn't
not
start the
complete.
season 0-2, but
Statistically, it's not,
I'm not on
cards.
the Lions for playoffs bandwagon.
For sure. We'll definitely get to that one. Also, the Lamar Jackson stuff. I've already said on this program before, but I feel like I have to reiterate it again because for some reason I'm still seeing the name floated around as an option for the Detroit Lions at quarterback. And it needs to be debunked. I need to make it official. If my guy John's in the back, we're gonna clip that one because I feel like people are forgetting like a very important piece of that equation for it to even happen. Outside of that, we have young Chris's fast break. I'm getting used to the new name still. I apologize. Kerby Joseph, Defensive Player of the Week for the NFC. That's lit. I mean, deservingly so. I mean, they balled out.
Very deservingly so.
And then Jalen Duren left off the NBA rookie ladder. Jaden Ivey checks in number 3. And, of course, we got to do the college football playoffs. That happened last night. I have it in like the beginning prep too, but I'll save it. I'll save it for later. I'm just saying it's a made-for-TV event, guys.
For sure.
Like when they come out and you see this wacky stuff and you're scratching your head, you're a little bit confused about it, just remind yourself, this is a made-for-TV event. The college football playoff thing every Tuesday, it's on primetime television. Like, it all makes sense when it comes down to it. But I have to bash Jaden Ivey. It's my job. I don't like being that guy, but I just assume the role, so I have to carry on the duties as such.
You don't. You can just suck it up and admit you were wrong. And then
what do you mean admit I was wrong? How? It's way too early to admit that anybody was wrong, first and foremost. Secondly, Benedict Matherin's tearing it up. How the hell?
Ivey isn't?
No, not to the level of Benedict Matherin.
He's not playing well. He's not working well with Cade.
But the argument is to comparison to Benedict Matherin, correct? Like that'd be like where I'd be wrong.
No, you were hating on it because you said they'd never work well together. They're not a fit.
Well, they're 3-8, so.
Okay, so
you want me to admit
this
that I'm
team
wrong
would
when
be
they're losing
better
as well.
This team would be better with Benedict Matherin.
Yes.
They had more wins.
Yes.
That's a blanket statement.
I love the fact too. Man, I wish that I knew you were gonna like be this gross, because I would have screenshot stuff from you, stuff from Koo, and Jeff.
Oh, I like Benedict Matherin.
I know, but I
just don't think
love it.
Jaden Ivey ruins the franchise by taking.
No, I never said he ruined the franchise. Don't take it there. But
that's how you're acting.
It's not how I'm acting.
Benedict Matherin would not have saved this season for the Detroit Pistons.
I think we'd be better.
Slightly.
Sam, you think they'd be better?
Very slightly.
Okay, so you agree. You said slightly. That's good enough for me.
I still think they wouldn't have Actually, they'd probably be worse because they wouldn't have a secondary ball handler.
Flannel Sam?
They would be better with Benedict
Thank
Matherin.
you.
And here's why. Because Jaden Ivey is having a very
that one in the mirror, huh? No, I'm joking.
No, Jaden Ivey is having a very good rookie year, and I think we're all happy with how he's played so far. Benedict Matherin has been phenomenal. He is a legitimate Rookie of the Year candidate, and I almost want to save it, but let me just.
So you guys would be comfortable with Killian Hayes being the second guard on this team?
Yeah,
Do you think we'd be better if Killian Hayes was our secondary guard?
A secondary ball handler isn't like a necessity. Like I don't understand
It's
where
pretty
all this is
important.
coming from.
That's why Cade Cunningham was double-teamed more than anybody else in the NBA last year, because he's the only player that could take the ball up the court.
You rudely interrupted him with you're emotional right now.
No, you didn't interrupt it. It's all good. And that's a good point, because Jaden Ivey has shown that he can handle the ball. He can take some pressure off of Cade Cunningham. I'm just saying that Benedict Matherin, I think, has exceeded everyone's expectations. He has been phenomenal. Jaden Ivey has been a very, very good rookie, and he's taken some pressure off of Cade. Benedict Matherin has been next level. I understand he can't handle the ball like Jaden Ivey, but if you can have a guy who's scoring at that level, shooting that well, I would take that on my team. Benedict Matherin, he's just been next level good, man.
For sure. I 100% agree. But my whole point that I was making, I guess, initially was pick for the culture, and I respect like that, because he's shown out in that part for sure. Like repping for Detroit, his first game at home. We talking about our guy Czar, and he's just looking up with the crowd. He's like looking almost like he's gonna tear up every single time he scored a basket. But if we have a graphic for it,
you do. Here we
my
go.
man is rocking his mom's 33 Detroit Shock jersey the other night, heading into the game.
That's fire.
It's fire. And then his grandfather's Detroit Lions 28 jersey too.
Mm-hmm.
That's just. That's the part it is hard to like go against, and I'm not going against that part of it. Like it does make sense. I always say it. You make the 30 for 30. Like he has like that effect to it. But I've always thought Benedict Matherin was a better basketball player. Now that doesn't mean I don't like Ivy, because he was on my list. He just wasn't number one on it.
He was last.
Yeah, he was last as a troll job. I'm not gonna lie. I think there's one guy I had on there like as
AJ Griffin.
Yeah, it's AJ Griffin.
Yeah.
Which I do like AJ Griffin, but I'm keeping it.
He played well for the Hawks last night.
Yeah, is he picking up?
2 days ago. Nobody played last night.
I haven't done as much NBA this year because I don't have the league pass.
Yeah. I thought
you had it.
Yeah,
with
I thought you bought
2K.
2K.
No, because I ended up buying the cheaper version, and then once they finally got my other one in, I was like, well, I
missed out. I got league pass. League pass is essential.
It is.
get that login, fam.
No, it's not mine. It's my brother's.
Which one? Cole?
Ian.
Let me get that login. Shout out to Jaden Ivey for that. Red Wings lost in the shootout last night. Not a big fan of that one. I don't know how I ended up putting 7-3.
It's 3-2.
Yeah, I don't know why it's a 7-3. But my guy Lucas Raymond scored. What happened? I didn't get a chance to watch that one.
The Red Wings failed to cash in any of their power play opportunities. They were 0 for 7. They had a 5-minute major to end the game and didn't score on it. So that you're going to lose the game if you do that.
Yeah.
They had a couple chances in overtime, but they couldn't cash them in.
Did you watch it, Sam?
I watched part of it, and the problem with that loss to the Canadiens is that the Montreal Canadiens are not a very good team. And the Detroit Red Wings have gotten off to such a start that we're starting to think as fans that this could be a playoff team. And against a team like the Montreal Canadiens, when you have 7 chances in the power play, you need to get 2 points and not 1. That could end up costing them in the future, and that worries me a little bit.
I don't think it'll cost them like that 1 point will cost them anything. You know, I don't expect them to be in 1 point of making or not making the playoffs.
I put 7-3 because it's their record.
So I don't expect them to cost them as much.
What up, though, Chris? You had your hand up?
Yeah, I actually watched the third period of that game. I got home, so I wanted to do some research, and I watched it. And I want to say Josh Allen, but I think that's wrong. What's the goaltender's name on their team?
I can't remember.
I can't remember. It's something Allen or Josh something. It's something along the lines of Josh Allen, but not Josh Allen. He had a great game.
He did.
And I just wasn't a fan of Lucas Raymond's overtime penalty shootout move. Like, when he went so far to the right side, I just feel like you eliminated so much of like your options for where you're going to place a puck.
That's how a lot of people do shootouts, though. They go far to the right and then they come back on front. So I'm not worried about it. Shootouts.
No, he looked phenomenal.
Iffy, anyways. It's no big deal. They lost in the shootout. It's not crazy. Shootouts go either. Shootouts are they're there to end the game. Like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Honestly, it's my favorite part. Like, what do you enjoy more, the shootouts or like overtime?
I like the 3-on-3 overtime a lot.
Yeah. You're right. Actually, the 3-on-3 it's way better.
Yeah.
Even when I used to play like NHL, it's funner with 3-on-3. You just get a lot more.
Oh, for sure. There's a lot of open ice.
Yeah.
There's a lot more breakaways. If you make a bad shot, you pretty much lose the game. So you have to be very tactical about when you take your opportunities, and it's fun to watch. I think changing it to 3-on-3 overtime is one of the best things the NHL has done in a long time.
College football playoffs, Michigan number 3. Did they get it right?
Yeah. I think they're right where they need to be, and it doesn't really matter. You know, people are complaining about it on Twitter, but it has no bearing. Michigan beats Ohio State, they're in. If they don't, they're out. Period.
Flannel Sam, they get it right?
Yeah, they got it right, and I've said it many times. All I can ask for as a fan is for Michigan to control their own destiny. If they go into Ohio State and beat them and stay undefeated and win the Big Ten championship, they are comfortably in the playoff. And at this point, all that Michigan wants is right in front of them. They just have to go take it. So 3 is fine. I couldn't really care less if they were 4 or 3. It's all just, it doesn't mean anything. I just want Michigan to control their destiny and go out and take it.
Yeah. And the only reason I brought it up now, too, is like today's Spencer's going to be out tomorrow.
Yes.
You guys don't know. And Flannel Sam. Join the show, stepping in for Spin More Racks on a Friday.
I'll be out, too.
What'd you say?
I'll be out, too.
Oh, yeah. Yep, Chris will be out. No one cared. No one shut your mouth.
That's why I put it out there, hoping somebody will. Please place one comment saying you care.
Chris showed me like the skit video or whatever yesterday. It was like he's like a loser guy. He's like on the phone with his dad. He's like, I love you. Please say it. Please say it. All right.
That was me right there.
Yeah, it's Chris when he hangs out his face. All right. All right, guys, let's get the show popping. Before we do that, Spinny, tell us about Big Frog.
Yeah, at Big Frog, you can get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. All you have to do is stop in, tell them we sent you, and they will print you out one on the spot. So go to Big Frog Novi and get your free t-shirt, or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit customhealthcenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game. That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sit in row 1. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, you guys get to sit front row for the Lions game on Thanksgiving. Please tag me. I'm your friend. Please do it. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy, Easy. I care.
I care.
Joe, my man, Spitball Racks.
I care, horse.
I care, horse. I got Chris in the TD booth, JB's doing the 1s and 2s, and Flannel Sam joined the show. We got a little bit of Pistons talk beforehand. I already pissed off some of the guys in Woodward Sports chat. Shout out to 313 Kurt. But the Pistons. And I am looking forward to this one from you, Spinny, because I saw this stat. You can throw it back up there if you want to, Chris. Detroit Pistons starting 5 is the highest scoring starting 5 in the NBA. Although the Pistons sit at 3-8, I'm confused.
Yeah.
I don't make it make sense.
Well, per Bryce Simon, Motor City Hoops
Shout
on
out.
Twitter, the man, the myth, the legend, this lineup is number 1 in the NBA in minutes.
Yep.
The number 2 lineup on the scoring average list, they've played 34 minutes more than together as a 5. That Pistons lineup has played 69 minutes more than the number 3 scoring lineup in the NBA. That Pistons lineup has played 79 minutes more than the number 4 scoring lineup in the NBA. 5 more lineups with 50-plus minutes. The Pistons are 14th out of 37 in offensive rating of these lineups that have played together for 50-plus minutes. They're 24th of 37 in net rating out of those lineups that have played together for 50-plus minutes. So by necessity, because the Pistons bench is terrible,
Ass cheeks.
and
on my
without
white tee.
having guys like Alec Burks and Marvin Bagley to kind of bolster that bench, these guys are forced to play more minutes than a majority of teams would like their starting 5 to be out there together. Especially, like I said, Marvin Bagley out, Alec Burks out, Jalen Duren missed a couple games.
Nerlens Noel not playing for
Nerlens
no
Noel,
reason.
doesn't play at all for some reason.
That's so confusing.
That Pistons lineup has been on the court together more than any other lineup in the NBA. So it's reasonable for them to be the highest
Makes
scorer.
so much more sense. Makes so much more sense. What up, though, Chris?
I was just going to say, statistically, it's 4 minutes a game more than any other lineup in the NBA. So that's why it's the total points. And the net rating is a -2 for that lineup. So, again, like Spencer said, great. It's got the most total points, but in reality, it's because of necessity of the bad bench and also that it is not performing that well or as well as that stat may indicate.
Who are the following teams? Do you know?
The teams below them? No, I don't.
No.
Well, it's the lineups. I don't know the lineups.
Yeah.
But they, like I said, they have 34 minutes played more than the team that's number 2 in scoring average. So. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say it's a Milwaukee team, but I'm not 100% sure.
Could be. Are they still undefeated?
I don't
No,
believe so.
they lost one.
No, yeah, they lost to the Hawks.
We lost one. Who they lose? Oh, the Hawks.
The Hawks.
Flynn, I was saying, what's your take on that one? You made sense of it, Spin. I appreciate you. I was so confused by it.
No, Spencer, those are some great numbers, and I've got a few more. The Pistons are 28th in the NBA in points per game. So what this tells you is that it's not just starters who play. The bench has to play too, and the bench has been morbid, at least when it comes to scoring. Isaiah Livers, remember we had high hopes for him? He sucked. Hamidou Diallo has done absolutely nothing. Killian Hayes, don't get me started on him. Probably the worst offensive player I've ever seen play NBA basketball. And when you look at the starters, Cade Cunningham, he's been very, very good, but his inefficiency has kind of reared its ugly head again. He's shooting He's shooting a worse 3-point percentage than last year, and he After having 4 really great games in the middle of the season, his last 3 have been kind of mid, and his first 3 were kind of mid. Sadiq Bey is shooting the worst 3-point percentage of his career. Bojan Bogdanovic, when it comes to scoring, Isaiah Stewart has not developed a 3-point shot like we thought he might. His 3-point shooting has gotten worse. And Jaden Ivey, obviously he's had a very good season scoring, but he's a rookie. He's going to have some efficiency issues, even though I think they've been good for the most part. Still 44% from the field and 31% from 3. So it's all very, very misleading. And the Pistons having the highest scoring starters in the NBA, it means absolutely nothing, honestly, when you really dig deep into it.
When you look at the fact that they only have 3 wins, that is what matters. It matters about wins and losses. It matters about being a complete team. It matters about playing defense, and that Pistons lineup has not been able to play defense.
Yeah, that's part of it too, is the defense. So because I this is totally out of context, and laugh at me if you will, but I looked at it almost like a fantasy football. You could have a team that's been scoring the most the entire season, but your record can be a 3-8 because the guys you're going against just happen to have a better game against you. And looking at that lineup, we all know defensively, Sadiq Bey and Bojan Bogdanovic, they haven't really figured it out yet. And on top of Isaiah Stewart being an undersized big man in the league. But yeah, initially when I saw that, I was just like, huh? What? Yeah, what? It made no sense, but you guys broke it down pretty good. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for the patronizing clap. It means a lot.
No, I meant it because
I'm just kidding.
When I saw it, I froze. I was like, how, Sway?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, shout out to Bryce for hooking it up on Twitter. But that's what it means. And like I said, the Pistons bench needs to do something. When I see a lineup out there with Killian Hayes, Kevin Knox, Hamidou Diallo, it makes me sick to my stomach. Watching that lineup in the half court is one of the worst things you could submit yourself to, is watching that Pistons bench lineup in the half court. It is absolutely terrible basketball to watch.
And I like Hamidou, but none of those guys can shoot consistently.
None of them can create shots consistently.
Yeah. What are you about to say something, Chris?
I was just going to say that when it comes to this, it's frustrating because go back to the summer and we were all applauding Troy. Not that Troy has made any bad moves, but remember how we came into the season, oh my God, look at this Piston roster. You got 12, 13 guys that can play. Reality, no you don't. No. You don't got 12 to 13 guys that can play. You got 12 to 13 guys who are kind of interesting, have some range to them, but probably aren't rotation players, as we figured out with Diallo. Diallo has his good game, but he also has his bad games. Killian Hayes is Killian Hayes. Kerby Joseph, again, you don't want him playing. Kevin Knox, you damn sure don't want him playing. Isaiah Livers has moments, but again, few and far between. So it's at the end of the day, this team is not as deep as we thought, and it shows that.
Well, they're missing their 2 biggest pieces on the bench. I don't want to say that, say they're not what we thought they were. They're terrible. They don't have any talent, because their 2 biggest pieces that should have accounted for a majority of their bench scoring have yet to play a game this year, and that is Alec Burks and Marvin Bagley. Those are 2 guys who can hit shots, who can be consistent threats to score the basketball. So when you have them coming off of the bench and interweaving with the starting lineup, it'll make things look a lot better. When you have, like I said, Alec Burks out there instead of Hamidou Diallo. Yeah. When you have Marvin Bagley out there instead of Kevin Knox, it's going to look a lot better. You're going to add, between the 2 of them, 33 points, 34 points that you're injecting into this lineup. So that will be a huge difference. And the fall off from the starting lineup to the bench is not going to be the same, because you'll have the starters leave and then you'll bring in bench players that can actually score the rock, that can actually put buckets in there. Marvin Bagley has post moves for days. Marvin Bagley is a great finisher. He's a great screen and roller.
Him and Cage, the chemistry's off the charts.
So is Spencer's and Marvin Bagley's. Our chemistry is pretty wild.
Don't get twisted.
Stop. We're every time.
But Alec Burks is a certified bucket. That's a 40% three-point shooter guy. That is a guy who can get his own shot, who can be that Vinnie Johnson, come off the bench, be instant offense.
Yeah.
So if the starters are slumping, you can pull one of them off, throw in Alec Burks, he can knock down a couple shots, and it'll speed up right away. Those guys are starting to come back. They've been taken off of out from the depth chart to probable and questionable. So once those guys start back, they start making some plays. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit because they haven't played yet this year. But once they come back, it'll be a huge boost for the Pistons bench and the entire team, because that means Sadiq won't have to run in the lineup with Killian, Kevin Knox, and Hamidou Diallo and be the guy taking the ball up the court, initiating his own offense and trying to make all the shots. You'll have reliable shooters, reliable scorers out there with him.
Even Killian, too. Like, we know he can work as a facilitator. The life just left Spencer's body.
Killian Hayes.
But no, I'm saying you get him on the court with some shooters, and obviously a explosive guy like Marvin Bagley, and maybe you start seeing a couple more things out of him. He looks a little bit more valuable out there. Outside of what is his net rating? Does anybody know?
No,
Killian
but
Hayes
I know a
net rating?
stat that Jalen Green against the Magic has more points than Killian Hayes has in the entire season.
Yes.
That was very depressing.
That makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, 34
Killian Hayes
points.
averaging 2 points per game.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Nah, 100%. Update on the Detroit Pistons, because they do play tonight. No Burks or Bagley tonight.
Yes.
Update. So they're not playing, but they're going to be back soon.
But they're
Trending.
not out, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're not. They haven't been listed for the first 2 weeks of the season. It's out. You know they're gone. They're not going to be there. Now they're questionable, doubtful.
Yeah,
it means
Bagley's not doubtful.
At least they're on the court with the team. They're practicing with the team. They're playing 5-on-5s, getting back into basketball shape. So when they're ready to play, you can eject them right in the lineup. And like I said, they're both about 15 points a game that you can put in there and will be a huge lift for this bench mob.
Plus, this team being 3-8, like I want to remind everybody too, like how young they are. Like it takes teams some time to win. It just does. It's how the NBA works. Like Chris says it all the time. I gotta get used to saying your name, man. I apologize. But if you want to lose games in the NBA, have 2 young guards, Cade, Jaden. They're a talented team.
A lot of turnovers,
but they're not a good team yet. Ultimately, at the end of the day, basketball is a team sport.
For sure.
You could have a Kyrie Irving that's out cold individually. You could have a Carmelo Anthony. I'm looking at you, Carmelo Anthony fans in here. That's out cold individually, but at the end of the day, you have to work as a unit if you want to win championships.
And go to Western Conference Finals, win scoring titles. Yeah. Take a wash
that's
team.
about it.
Lead them to the second round of the playoffs.
Chauncey Billups is the team guy. Actually got there and he started winning games. Crazy, right? Crazy.
Yeah, because 2 players make an NBA team. That makes sense.
I mean, they can, yeah.
Yeah.
Typically, it's like 2 dominant guys.
You just said yourself basketball is a team game, and now you're saying 2 make the team.
You could have 2 dominant guys, make the team. I mean, Kobe and Shaq.
They needed a lot of help. They need a lot of guys around them. It's not just Kobe.
But still
and Shaq.
works as a team unit. Carmelo's not a team guy. I don't know why it's not a hard thing to.
04 Pistons.
I don't
Yeah.
think he just throw shots.
I'm just saying, basketball's a team sport. Carmelo's not a team guy.
But 2 players make a team, but it's a team sport.
2 players mean more to a team than 1. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That is expert analysis if I've ever heard. Guys, 2 is bigger than 1. That is impressive.
It would be greater.
That is something impressive.
More than.
But if you
Not
need help
bigger.
from Easy Takes, we got the place for you. And that is SMA, or the Sports Marketing Agency. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps you fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us Sports. Hop on the YouTube chat. Slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120 if you get thirsty. They have a $2 mystery beer vending machine as well as multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
We've got young Chris of the TV booth, JB Smooth of the ones and twos, and Flannel Sam, the legend killer, joined the show fresh off of catching a body this morning, killing our guy Jerome Bettis. I love Jerome Bettis, by the way.
That's fine. That still doesn't mean that he's a Hall of Famer.
I think it does. Any
Because you love him, it means he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, dude. Any stocky, light-skinned guy running the football deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, all right?
He's from Detroit, too.
Yeah, come on, Flannel Sam.
Those are all just stuff that has nothing to do with your Hall of Fame case.
You know what has something to do with his Hall of Fame case? 13,662 career rushing yards, 91 career rushing touchdowns.
That's more than 13,601 rushing
No,
yards.
those are some impressive stats, but 9 out of his 13 seasons under 4 yards a carry.
And by the way, like 4.4 yards is like a good, like that's like the threshold right
It's the
there.
benchmark.
Yeah, it's like 3.9. You're right there.
But like amongst, if you average that out amongst like a full season's worth of carries, it makes a difference. It's all about the totality of what you do.
You get 3.9 yards a carry, you get a first down every 3 carries.
It makes
That's
you
what I'm
wonder
saying.
why.
It's a good mark to be at. I understand if it was like less than that.
Yeah, I mean, Jerome Bettis is certainly in the Hall of very, very good. I'm not saying he was terrible or nothing.
Oh man,
He's no George Mikan, though.
he's on Carl Loftus.
So, next topic. We have to talk about this. You said it. Stick wrote an article about it yesterday. Ndamukong Suh, former Detroit Lion, Easy's lover, came out
My lover.
and said
What?
the Detroit Lions need to build around Aiden Hutchinson. Here it is, right on Twitter, Ndamukong Suh himself, and this was before you could pay for a blue check, so you know it's him. Hopefully, the GM and ownership are smart enough to build around him. Kind of taking shots a little bit. Not going to lie. How do you feel about Ndamukong Suh standing up for a fellow Lions defender?
Ownership. I don't mind it. I guess my only issue with it is like, no, he's right. He's 100% right. I think the best we ever seen this team was when they had a damn good defense. So if Aiden Hutchinson proves to be what we think he can be, what they drafted him to be, then you continue to build around him as a defensive core. Ndamukong Suh was a whole different like type of human being. All right, he was an All-Pro in his rookie year. Like I don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing Aiden. I'm not telling you Aiden's not going to be good. But like Ndamukong Suh was All-Pro his first year, 10 sacks as a defensive tackle in his rookie year, an interception, forced fumble recovery. Like Ndamukong Suh was him. Like that's a different thing to build around. But I 100% agree. You could for sure, yeah, build a defense.
Yeah, nobody's saying Aiden Hutchinson is the Ndamukong Suh or they're the same player.
I'm just saying it's not the same scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lions franchise is definitely stupid for not keeping Suh and building around him.
They did build around him though. They built a defense around him.
Long
When they
term, we're
did,
talking.
it's not their fault that they offered him money and he said no.
Well, he got offered more money, so we could have came
Well,
back
he went
to the
to
table.
Florida. You can't change the tax rates.
You can't, but he also got more money too.
Yeah, I mean they offered him money. He said no. They wanted to keep him.
Counter offer with you match the other guys or offer him just as much.
Do you know how much money the Lions offered him?
I think it was because I'd seen tickets at the time. Yeah, it was like I want to say $8 million off because I think in Miami we got the $112 million, if I'm not mistaken. Do you remember, Sam?
I don't remember the specifics. All I know is that he got a better offer from Miami.
Yeah, he got the better offer. If you want to keep the guy, you make the best offer. Like that's like your goal.
You turn down $100 million. There's not much more you can offer.
But there literally is because another team did. And they got it.
Did the Lions have enough money to offer him that much money?
Yeah, they did.
You sure?
They did, and I was actually quite pissed because, again, at the time I was a season ticket holder, they asked for us to renew our tickets before we knew if Sue was coming back or not, and that was my last year Let's take a whole look for the Detroit Lions. I was like, you bring them back, and I'll come back. You know what I'm saying? You want my money, let me know what type of product we're going to have on the team, on the field first. What were you about to say, though, Sam?
No, I was just going to speak to the whole, what Ndamukong Suh said about Aiden Hutchinson. And to me, the messenger makes no difference. Obviously, Ndamukong Suh is a former first-round defensive player who really succeeded with the Lions and was great off the bat. Aiden Hutchinson has shown flashes, but obviously is no Ndamukong Suh. But Aiden Hutchinson was picked number 2 overall. And despite some of the criticisms we have about him, he does lead all rookies in sacks. He has 4.5. The second most has 3. That is something. And also, he has shown in 2 games, in 2 wins, against the Commanders, 3 sacks. Against the Packers, that huge goal line interception, that he has made splash plays that impact winning. And he also had a very good game against Dallas. I'd say you could even qualify that as a great game. Aiden Hutchinson, I believe that he is going to pan out. He is going to be that player that we expect him to be, that player that you can build a defense around. And kind of quiet as kept in the linebacking core. You got Malcolm Rodriguez. Derek Barnes had a great game last week. In the secondary, you have Kerby Joseph, who we're going to get to later, who had a phenomenal game last week. Even guys like Jeff Okudah and Jerry Jacobs, you wonder there might be a future around. So you see the defense that they're trying to build, and they're coming off of a game in which they held an Aaron Rodgers-led Packer team to 9 points. That's impressive no matter what. So what Ndamukong Suh is saying, it looks like the Lions might actually be doing.
I agree with Sam. They have been trying to build around him already. Obviously, they're going to build around him. He is that blue chip player. He is the guy you drafted 2nd overall. Was a former Heisman contender, was the leading sack leader at Michigan. The guy has the pedigree, he has the ability, he has the skill. You need to build around him because you drafted him so high, you put faith into him, you gave him that money, and they already are. You see what they did in that draft, getting more pieces on that defensive line, getting a Kerby Joseph in the back end, getting a Malcolm Rodriguez who they did not think would be what he is, but he turned out to be a great player. And you see what happens when they add those pieces, when they inject that life into the lineup, simply as adding a Frank Kaminsky back, bringing a Josh Pascal back and having him play alongside Aiden Hutchinson. It's making Aiden better. It's giving pieces on that defensive line to take the pressure off of Aiden Hutchinson. So Aiden's not out there by himself with the ghost of Charles Harris who can't do shit. You have guys out there in Josh Pascal, in Frank Kaminsky, that are getting in the backfield, causing havoc, and making it easier for Aiden to do what he was meant to do, which is come in here and kill the quarterback.
100%. And you're right, though. The Lions did build around Suh, and it went successfully.
And it worked, yeah.
It worked pretty damn well.
Yeah.
The number 2 overall defense, I think it was 2013 or 2014, to the Suh deal. Lions offered him $17 million per year, $58 million guaranteed. Dolphins offered him $19 million per year, $60 million guaranteed. And by the way, it's no state tax in there too.
Yeah.
I think I saw someone in Woodward Sports Chat say palm trees or pine trees. That probably helps a little bit too.
Does for sure.
But to the point around Aiden Hutchinson and building around Aiden Hutchinson, yeah, I think they're going to do that. I think he's probably going to be a long-term thing as long as he continues to produce as that. I compared him to Suh, and obviously that's not fair because I think, is Suh a Hall of Famer, would you say, Flannel Sam? You think all said and done, he's Super Bowl champion now on top of the numbers?
Honestly, I would probably say yes, just because, I mean, he's been great. I mean, maybe not great in like when he was on the Rams, but he's been very, very good to great every single stop he's made. He had one of the greatest rookie seasons by a defensive player of all time. He was an integral part of a Super Bowl team, consistent, Pro Bowl, All-Pro. He is absolutely a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you look at his stats, and I mean, the guy's got 70.5 sacks on his career.
Suh?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got the Super Bowl. He's got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pro Bowl appearances, 5 All-Pros, 3 first-team All-Pros, and a Defensive Rookie of the Year.
For sure, Hall of Famer.
That is a Hall of Fame resume, for sure. Yeah, and Ndamukong Suh was a problem.
Oh, my
And
God.
I loved seeing him play. I saw Adam talking shit about Ndamukong Suh today.
Really?
Yeah, saying he was detrimental to their team, his antics on the field, stomping on people and doing all. Ndamukong Suh brought life to the Detroit Lions defense.
There was no running against that team.
Yes.
You could not run the football against that team. And then guess what they doing? They went and got Glover Quinn. They got Darius Slay. And then guess what? Both those guys led the leagues, took turns leading the league in interceptions like following years. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, Ndamukong Suh was a stalwart on that defense, and he brought an edge.
Yes.
You can't be
that Detroit edge.
You're
too.
not nice playing football. You
100%.
can't be nice and play football. I'm sorry. You can be nice outside of it. You can be a cool guy outside of it. But when you get in between those lines, you want to kill the guy across from you. Football is a violent sport. It is a car accident sport.
Yeah.
You're going in there. Your goal, especially as a defensive tackle, is to kill the guy across from you and then kill the quarterback. You can't be nice and do that. You can't make friends with the offensive lineman and then kiss the quarterback and tuck him in at bed. You got to rip that offensive lineman off of the ground, throw him on the back, and rip the quarterback's head off. You need to be violent. You need to be aggressive. That's what Suh was. That's why he was a Pro Bowler. That's why he was an All-Pro player. That's why he was a Super Bowl champion, and that's why he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
MP, Western Michigan University, I think that's what it stands for, at least in the Woodward Sports Chat, says Suh was never hurt either. Never missed time. That's another great point, too.
Mm-hmm.
Suh never missed. Dude was like he was crafted out of a boulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like he's like a rock person.
At Nebraska, he was one of the scariest collegiate football players of all time.
And then, like, another thing, too. What's the characteristic of, like, championship teams in Detroit? The Ndamukong Suh style.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That nasty, that grit. You got the grind line when it comes to the Red Wings. You got the Believe It boys. They were like, they're grinded out boys. But they're the Believe It boys because they're the underdogs. They had to grind out the wins. You even go look at the Pistons, the bad boy Pistons. The Lions haven't had championships, since the 50s. They've never heard of a Super Bowl back then.
Yes.
But if there were a chance, it would have been with Ndamukong Suh.
For sure. It would have been with that defense, which was spearheaded by Ndamukong Suh and which fell apart after Ndamukong Suh left.
Yeah.
Because when you have a player of that caliber, Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald, they make up for so much else. Not only do they stop the run, but the interior defensive linemen getting pass rush, getting pressure on the quarterback is so astronomically beneficial for a defense because you don't have to worry about your defensive ends being a Jared Allen, being whoever, Khalil Mack, whoever you want, because you get so much pressure from that middle position, you can get away with having Kyle Vanden Bosch as a geriatric patient and Ezekiel Ansah, who played football for like 2 months before he was signed by the Lions. Because you have Ndamukong Suh putting the fear of God in the quarterback. And that makes him scared to step up. That makes him roll out into the waiting arms of those edge rushers.
Tell us about Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's. If you want a great experience, you can come into Lady Jane's for an award-winning hair experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home, up to $200,000. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary. At Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. Because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
looking to buy or sell your home? Whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the #1 option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That's 313-403-0011. Michael Phillips, game on.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live at WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinmo Rax. We got Chris in the TV booth, JB Smooth, the 1-2s, and the legend killer, Flino Sam in the Maz chair. I'm just trying to think, because I do like to see both sides. I really believe as stubborn and hard-headed as I seem, it's because I've dove into each side. The Ndamukong Suh one during break, I was trying to think, like, he did do some stupid stuff, but he helped way more than a couple 15-yard penalties.
The things he did that were beneficial for the Lions astronomically outweigh the things that hamper them. He was the heart and soul and centerpiece of that defense. Like I said, he was the head of the spear. He was the reason that defense was dominant.
Yeah.
And for great players, you'll take a 15-yard penalty every 5 games.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
100%. Because, like you said, every 5 games. It's not like it was every game.
Yeah, it's not like he was doing it every game. It's not like he was cracking people's necks or anything. Yeah. You know, he was just being himself.
And by the way, like, the most joyous times as a Lions fan for me, like, obviously I didn't grow up during the Barry Sanders era, and when I was around it and he was playing, I didn't know what the hell I was watching. I was a baby. I'm not 3, I'm Bryson. Yeah. but like, what I saw this past Sunday, the agony in Aaron Rodgers' face, I haven't seen that since Sue.
When I saw,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I just remember like him just getting fudged up in Ford Field, being pissed off, his shoulder pads looking like a slutty whore.
Ndamukong Suh and Nick Fairley body slamming Jay Cutler in the end zone. Like, that was great. That was great. As someone who supports the Lions, whether I should or not. That, like you said, was the best era of Detroit football that I've been, and I wasn't alive for the Barry years.
Yeah.
But those years when you had the Ndamukong Suh led defense and an offense that consisted of Reggie Bush, Matt Stafford, Calvin Johnson, Golden Tate, like, that was amazing football to watch, and you felt like, rightfully so, every year they would be contenders. Sam Flannel, how do you feel about that?
I mean, that 2014 team was just phenomenal. And also, if you're Ndamukong Suh, and if you're one of those people who likes to kind of say that his antics hurt the team, if you want to be a dominant defensive player, particularly on the interior defensive line, you got to have a little bit of a mean streak.
Yes.
We don't want bankers. We don't want doctors. We don't want lawyers. We want guys who just want to tear the lineman's head off and tear the quarterback's head off. And Ndamukong Suh, for all of you who want to say any slander about him, which I won't tolerate, no Ndamukong Suh on Detroit Lions slander. From the moment he got drafted until the moment Aaron Donald got drafted, Ndamukong Suh was the best defensive lineman, interior defensive lineman in the NFL.
Facts.
From the second he stepped onto the field.
Yes,
and
without a doubt.
The fact that anybody tries to kind of discredit it or say that his antics weren't worth his play, you must not have a brain inside your head. I'm sorry.
Or you must have not have watched those games. You must have not have seen what he was doing on the field.
Put it this way.
Seen the fear of God that he put into quarterbacks.
Literally swinging Jay Cutler around like a rag.
Yes.
I'll never forget the one he had where he just pushed him.
Mm-hmm.
There should have been no flag on that whatsoever. He literally just pushed him, but it was so violently.
Yes.
And Jay Cutler went flying. They threw a flag on. I'm like, what? He literally just pushed the guy. And it was a tackle too. Wasn't he like a? Remember he had that one little sweep he had on 2 on him as well. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe mixing it up. But put it to you this way: Nick Fairley, another first-round defensive tackle, another specimen of a human. At one point, was like they're talking about he may go like top 5 in the draft. He ended up falling to the Detroit Lions.
He was a monster at Auburn.
Monster, right? Without Ndamukong Suh, wasn't the same.
Yes.
His career even afterward, he went to the Saints afterward and kind of just faded.
That is what the Lions are missing.
Yeah.
If you have
the heavyweights,
a great edge rusher or someone you expect to be a great edge rusher in Aiden Hutchinson, and you put, obviously, it's asking a little too much of a player of Ndamukong Suh caliber or of Aaron Donald caliber because those are once-in-a-generation type talents. But someone of that ilk, someone of that same build and same ferocity and same skill set that you can put in there. That's what Levi Ozarike was supposed to be. That's what Ali McNeil was supposed to be.
Whoa.
And those guys aren't that. Obviously, they weren't as highly touted as Ndamukong Suh, but they were supposed to be that interior edge rusher.
Ali's okay. He's not that great as a pass rusher.
Yeah. And Ndamukong Suh, that's what he did.
I guess it's not fair to really compare Aiden Hutchinson to him, saying like they should keep him rebuilding.
Not a chance.
Suh was, we just had a Hall of Famer for sure. But speaking of those Detroit Lions, they are 2 spots out of the playoffs right now. Mathematically speaking, by the numbers, 2 spots out of the playoffs right now. They have a
playoffs.
Dare I say favorable matchup against the Chicago Bears? Or is that like? By the way, I peeped their last couple games, 30 points. I think the last 4 games out of them, outside of
Justin Fields been turning up.
Cowboys game where they scored 29, and obviously our defense, not the greatest. But I have a question for you guys. That being the case, and yes, we're Detroit Lions supporters. Flynn Sam, how much of a Detroit Lions fan are you? You more so just like because I know you're not from Michigan originally.
I mean, if you hear me on the show, it's very obvious I am a Detroit Lions fan.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, nonetheless, as fans, and I'm talking to you guys too out there in the Woodward Sports chat, would you rather see them? Because again, Josh Allen may be out for a couple games too, making that game more winnable on Thanksgiving. They're going on a 2-game win streak. Would you rather see this team creep into the playoffs, or do you want to go hit top 5 and get your new quarterback or Will Anderson?
It's hard for me because obviously as a supporter, I'd love to see the Detroit Lions be successful. The Detroit Lions win games, make playoff appearances, do what they need to do. But I'm going to go with top 5 pick because I know that's not sustainable with Jared Goff. I know with how that offense is built, Jared Goff is not the future of anything. The only thing he is the future of is a backup somewhere. So I would rather them have a top 5 pick than make a Fugazi playoff run. I would rather them be able to go get their guy and have him be set up for the future than make a playoff run, even though because I know it's not going to happen. They're not going to make a playoff run. Their defense is not going to do what it did against Green Bay to other teams. But I would rather have us, because we're still rebuilding. The Detroit Lions are still rebuilding. They're still trying to get pieces. They need a lot. We've both said they need at least 4 starters on defense. They need a quarterback, and they probably need one more offensive weapon, whether that be another top-flight wide receiver or a running back. They need a couple pieces. So I'd rather them get as high in the draft as possible.
Flannel Sam?
God, this is such a tough one because for me, the Bears game next week, that's sort of the bridge game. I believe if the Lions go into Chicago and beat the Bears, that this is a 6 or 7 win football team, and that the tank is officially over because they're not going to be able to be one of the 2 or 3 worst teams in the NFL. But if they lose this game, the chances at getting a Will Anderson or a quarterback, that's still alive and well. So I'm going to have to, I don't want to make a cop-out kind of answer, but we'll see after this week. If they win this game, if Lions win this game, it's also Dan Campbell's first road victory. That is something that you can build on. I believe that if the Lions win this game, it's one of those games that I wouldn't say it's one that they're not supposed to win, but I do think the Bears are better. I do think Justin Fields is going to give them problems. Yes. And if the Lions can go in and win, and especially if some of the rookies and second-year players show out like they did against the Packers, at that point, I will root for them to make a bit of a run and maybe sneak into the playoffs and see if some of those first or second-year players, if you got something in them. But if they lose to the Bears, tank on. It's Tank City.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple ways like looking at this too. As a fan of the Detroit Lions, as crazy as it sounds, I almost feel like I do lean towards the playoffs. One, we haven't seen winning football in forever, ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't even remember. When was our last winning season? Was with Caldwell.
Yes.
Was our last winning season. Outside of that, like, just the faith in the future of this franchise. Because if it's looking like, obviously, top 5 pick, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are keeping their job. We heard the owner come out. She already said that, that's going to be the case or whatever. But, like, for me as a fan, I do, like, lose, like, faith in them a little bit. that being the scenario. Although I accept it and I see that being the scenario, it still hurts and makes me question like just their legitimacy and like if they could truly like turn things around for the franchise itself. If they make the playoffs, then okay, we got something here. You know what I'm saying? And not just Brad Holmes. I think that's the case either way. Which, by the way, Kerby Joseph's emergence, and I probably should say this for that segment, but Brad Holmes, man, I like you. But for that aspect, knowing that like, I don't want to go through another. I don't want to be sold again on another like head coaching regime. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like this guy didn't get right, but here's this guy. Buy in. I'm gonna change it around. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like doing that song and dance over and over again. I saw a comment in the Woodward Sports chat. I apologize. I think it might have been Borat even, but he said both. Forgot to mention this at the beginning of the show. Matthew Stafford in concussion protocol. Rams are already, I think, the 12th pick, 12th or 15th pick. You might be able to get both if the Rams keep stinking it up. Maybe those guys keep getting hurt.
I think the Rams will eventually turn it around and be a mid-teen pick at the very least.
What are you going to say, Sam?
Imagine this, if the Rams pick is actually higher than the Lions pick. Who would have thought that at the beginning of the year? And you're right. Maybe you can get both. I wouldn't count on it. I agree with Spencer. I think the Rams are going to win 6 or 7 games. They're going to turn it around at least to be somewhat respectable. But you might be able to get both. And I'll tell you what, the Dan Campbell angle of this, I think that's an interesting one. We all know what he wants. But if they go and just like tank the rest of the season, win 3 or 4 games, 2, 3 or 4 games, even if that does help them get the draft pick, Campbell might be out the door. But if they do make that surprise playoff run or at least win 6 or 7 or 8 games, you might have something in the guy. It's so multi-layered and multifaceted. It just all depends on your preference.
For sure.
It is tough. And now I do want to carry on the conversation. I want to get to some of the comments in Woodward Sports chat. JB, I want to hear your opinion on it too. But not before I tell you guys about Cintron. Because right now is the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings. And right now you can try their limited edition 6-pack sampler box. If you go to CintronWorld.com/Red Wings, they got the cranberry, the OG, and the sugar-free. Make sure you guys check it out. This is Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
The Butchery is the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network. Call 248-682-COWS. Yes, that's 248-682-COWS, or order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery, meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for, Wagyu meats and artisan breads, inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective.
The Butcher Company. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live at WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex.
What up, though?
We got Chris in the TV booth, JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s, and the Legend Killer, Flannel Sand, joining us in the Maz chair. Before we went to break, we were discussing the Woodward Sports Chat too. I want you guys to get active. I want to see the pulse of the people. We got the poll up right now. It's looking like you guys would rather be in the draft. You'd rather be in that top 5 pick in the draft, which I'm not mad at. Because again, I've said it before. I don't think a rebuild truly starts until you get the face of your franchise, until you get that quarterback on a rookie deal. Let's remind everybody, there's never been a quarterback to take up more than 12% of your salary space to win a Super Bowl. It just hasn't happened. Guess what? Football is a team sport. The less money, like basketball, 2 is greater than 1. The less money you spend on one player, the more you have to fill out the rest of that roster. It's as simple as that. So I do see that side. But at the same point, we did bring up something interesting. I think Joey 2 times did it in the Woodward Sports Chat. JGB brought it up in the Woodward Sports Chat. Is that their Rams pick falls? Keeps tumbling down. And I pulled up their schedule. This week they got the Cardinals, which again, Stafford's in that concussion protocol, so we don't know if he's playing for that one. They got the Saints, which they'll probably win that one, right? I mean, Saints got a good defense, though.
I don't know. I can't say we're going to beat teams.
For sure. I'm talking about this Rams pick falling.
Oh, the Rams.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Rams pick
will
falling.
beat the Saints.
They have the Chiefs after that.
They'll lose.
Then the Seahawks, who look like dogs.
They'll probably lose.
The Raiders, which I don't know what the hell's going on with the Raiders, by the way. Funny I'm saying, actually, because we don't get to see you every day. What has been your reaction to the Vegas Raiders this year?
I mean, I'm looking at it more from a macro level. That AFC West, though, has just not panned out like they were supposed to. The Raiders are terrible. The Broncos are terrible. And it just shows, even though the Raiders got Devontae Adams, and Devontae Adams is having a monster year, they're still losing. I mean, they got Max Crosby having a great year too, still losing. Josh Jacobs is balling, and they're still losing. This is, I think it's an indictment on Derek Carr, honestly, because this is the best group of weapons he's ever had.
By far.
And I'm not saying it's all his fault, but he is showing that the ceiling of Derek Carr is probably the 10th to 12th best quarterback in the NFL.
I don't hate that. I think it is on Derek Carr. I think it's a lot on Scott McDaniels too. This is his first year. He got all the glitter and glam, all the weapons you need, and he's going out there and he's falling on his face.
Josh, by the way.
Josh.
I was so confused for a minute. I was like, is that their coordinator?
Josh McDaniels, yeah. Just another failed Bill Belichick spawn.
Yeah. Which is crazy too, because I actually thought he was going to pan out a little bit because he had that moment with the Broncos. I mean, he beat the Steelers with Tim Tebow as his quarterback, and I was like, he might have been on to something. And we dipped out, and the rest is history. But the Lions, as we were talking about, though, in terms of them making the playoffs, obviously the Bears coming up, which is, is 50-50-ish. Jeez Louise, the Giants into that. Josh Allen have to actually miss 3 games.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dead it. Kill it. Give me the top 5 pick.
I think they're going to beat us even if Josh Allen doesn't play. They have Case Keenum. He's a solid backup.
Oh, that's fair. I didn't know that Case Keenum. Case
Keenum can win you games. He's won games in the playoffs. He's not a Nate Sudfeld.
Wasn't he the quarterback for the Miracle in Minnesota?
Yeah, Minneapolis Miracle.
Yeah, Minneapolis Miracle.
Yes,
that's right.
And he's back with Stephon Diggs. Ooh. They got a connection together, obviously from the Minneapolis Miracle.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't be just counting the Bills out. They still have one of, if not the best defenses in the NFL. Stephon Diggs is playing like a top 3 receiver in the NFL, and Case Keenum is a very, very usable backup. He's not a guy that you're just saying, we're going to lose all these games. He's a guy that can go out there and win you games.
100%. And this topic kind of segues into this next one, because obviously if we have the top 5 pick, a lot of us are looking at the quarterback position. We just spoke of how these guys on the rookie deals or team-friendly deals are more likely to win you a Super Bowl. And it's going to have to be that route for the Detroit Lions, because Jared Goff in it. Now, I don't know if anybody was still wondering that, but just to set it in stone for you now, he's not.
Robert Colosio seemed like a fan of Jared Goff in the chat.
Yeah, you going earlier
chat today. Yeah, it pissed me off.
Terry had me cracking up. He said, his cheeks were going? His cheeks were moving?
He's calling me a fantasy stat-watching fanboy. Yeah. Because I think Justin Fields is a better quarterback and more useful to an offense than Jared Goff.
He is. He just is. Sam, you agree with that one?
100%.
Yeah, he just is. But speaking of quarterbacks, so obviously the route that I'd prefer to go through is actually, it is the route we have to go through, is the draft, because the Lamar Jackson stuff, and Spinny, you and I have talked about it on the show before, but I just had to reiterate for fans, because I still see it popping up in the Woodward Sports Chat. I see it popping up on Twitter. It's not a thing, guys. Because you got to forget. You got to remember. Don't forget. Remember, Lamar Jackson could be franchise tagged this year. And whether he signs it or not, that then costs the Detroit Lions, if they still want to get Lamar Jackson, a guy's going to get paid $50 million per year, by the way. Mind you that. We had to give up. The same way Devontae Adams went to the Raiders, 2 first-round picks before signing him to that monster deal.
Yeah.
So that first-round picks you got that you want to build around him, we'll get Lamar, and then we'll set the draft picks. Not a thing. It's not a thing, unfortunately. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have Lamar. It would be dope to have Lamar here. I wouldn't be a fan
Or
of
you
paying
can
him
just
that much
tank
money.
next year and wait for Lamar to be a free agent.
Well, they could do franchise tag 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I forget what the franchise tag rule is. I think it's
only 2 years.
150 times.
Oh.
Like it goes up by 1.5 the next year you do it.
Yeah.
Because I remember Kirk Cousins got franchise tagged like 3
So
years in a row
crazy, too.
and was making like $40 million for his last season.
He has the best agent in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's crazy for him for a guy to be as mid as he is. Like, all due respect, I mean, Spartan Dog too, but you're getting paid, guaranteed dollars too. It's insane.
The franchise tag you get paid as a top 5 player at your position.
Correct.
If I'm right.
Yes.
And so as a quarterback, that's going to be around $35 to $40 million a year.
Yeah.
And then if you want, so you're going to have to pay him $35 million a year for 1 year on the franchise tag.
Yeah.
And then to franchise him again, it goes up by 1.5 of what you paid him
And
on
again,
the
that's
last franchise tag.
1 year
yeah,
paying
so
that
you'd
money.
have to pay him like $70 million.
Like typically when you see these contracts, we break it down by 5 years divided by X amount. Oh, okay, that's $50 million. No, like typically it's like 12 here,
That's
20
straight
here.
cash.
Yeah, that's straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie.
But I guess that's all. I'll remind fans of that. Like, and I'm sorry it may hurt some hearts, but like Lamar Jackson thing, most likely not going to happen. And maybe, let me ask you, the listener, do you still want it to happen in that scenario? Are you willing to give up the draft capital and then pay Lamar Jackson to be your quarterback over Jared Goff? Sam, would you?
The draft capital is just so important because the Lions have so many holes that they have to fill, especially on defense. So, no, I wouldn't want... I don't know what Lamar Jackson could do with this roster as currently constructed. Do I think that he'd make them better than Jared Goff? Well, that's obvious. Like the water is wet, the sky is blue.
Water isn't wet.
But at the same time, that's a very interesting angle you're coming from it. Easy. That's something that I never even really thought about. Draft capital is currency right now for a team that just needs players.
Yeah. Mhm.
The Lions want to eventually win a Super Bowl. And to win a Super Bowl, you got to build that roster. And at this point, it's looking like build up the roster and get the rookie quarterback is the route that they're just going to have to go. Because like you guys said, Jared Goff, as somebody who had some faith in him when he started off the season playing pretty well and the Lions offense was so great, he has been absolutely a dumpster fire these last maybe 4 weeks or so, the Miami first half notwithstanding. And he has shown that he just is not the guy.
He ain't it. He is not it. And if you think he is it, you're smoking something. And it's not what Joey's smoking, because Joey's feeling good.
Joey's high as hell.
He's smoking something that's making you a lunatic. Because if you believe, after seeing that, after knowing Jared Goff has the most turnovers in the NFL since 2019, if you believe that he is the long-term answer, I don't know, like, Sean McVay gave up on this guy. And the minute they did, they cashed in a Super Bowl. Like, that should tell you it right there.
Yeah.
One of the best young offensive minds the NFL has seen in a long time said, all right, this guy, it's not it. We're going to give you a first-round pick to take him to upgrade to a quarterback who's not like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, borderline top 10 quarterback in the NFL. And they won a Super Bowl that year. It's not like they traded him for Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. They traded him for Matthew Stafford, who is on his best day putting up numbers caliber with those guys. But consistently is not that. Consistently is not a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. But can go out there and throw a ball just as far as anybody else. And just in that fact alone, he's like, we're going to give you 2 first-round picks for that arm.
Well, we got the one because we're taking Goff's contract.
Yeah.
So there's that too. But no, 100%. Paul game strong for Sean McVay. It was having no part of it. And I don't get why people still think that it's a reliable option, especially when you're paying that option $13 million. No, that's 14% of your cap. It was never going to happen. Not going to happen. Detroit Pistons play tonight. We got young Chris's favorite Actually, you're very on topic. It's become now too. Is the fast break with Young Sus, Chris. Sorry, I saw a couple of you guys in Woodward Sports Chat asking we talk Pistons. We will talk Pistons. We talk Kerby Joseph. And we got some more stuff on the slate too. And it's Smitty. It's your last day before you head out for the rest of the week. You know, I don't want to put your personal business out there. Herpes. No, I'm sorry, that was me.
Why do you think I got the beard going?
Yeah. So I do want to squeeze in some UFC 281 talk
For sure.
before you dip to. But before we get to that, can you tell us about Guardian Alarm?
Of course, because Guardian Alarm is the perfect place to keep you safe or give you peace of mind. Whether you're at home or on the road, with their 24/7 local monitoring, they make sure the things that are important to you stay safe. All you have to do is call 1-800
Stay out.
That's 1-800
Stay out
right now and let them know Woodward Sports sent you. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Get your customized approach to weight loss. Think of all the ways that weight affects your health. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, Custom Health Centers is blessed to have over 20,000 success stories. It's been their honor to help many professional athletes lose weight and improve their health. People like Detroit Lion, Eddie Murray, and Detroit Piston, Rick Mahorn. Start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health at 844-789-THIN. Once again, that's 844-789-THIN.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my guy Spin Rex.
What up, though?
Spin, you're on fire today. I gotta say, you're killing it.
Thank you.
I think you bottled up all the energy that you had stored for the next 2 days. You brought it to today's show.
I'm unleashing it now.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Maybe it was the shot that took at Mello got you fired up. I don't know.
Honestly.
We got Young Chris in the TV booth. JB Smooth with the 1s and 2s, Flannel Slam the Legend Killer. But it's now time to get the center stage. Another guy's gonna be missing tomorrow. He's checking with his PO officer.
Damn school zones.
Young.
Jesus, bro.
It's time for the fast break with Young Chris.
All right, everybody. So
Get
we're
some
gonna
tunes,
do.
JB.
Yeah. Give me some tunes for this. So we're gonna start simple. Cade is averaging 3.7 free throw attempts a game, so slightly up from last season, but still not where you want your franchise player to be. Not along the lines of Luka or Harden or any of those other guys that get to the line a lot. So my question to you is Cade? Does he deserve more fouls than he's getting, or is he just not attacking the basket enough yet, and this will all come with time?
I don't think he is attacking the basket enough yet. I think he's been obviously shooting a lot of mid-range shots this year. He's been pulling up a lot in transition and doing different stuff like that. I think once he starts attacking the basket more, he will end up getting more foul calls, but it also plays a little bit to the fact that he is kind of getting disrespected for the fact that he is in Detroit, for the fact that he is still a second-year player. But I'd like to see him attack a little bit more, use his body to get into the defender, and then try to get some foul shots off of it.
Easy?
He doesn't get called. Sorry, I'm gonna take the fan route on this one. There was a highlight dunk that he had.
That was
last
egregious.
week. Where it was a scary landing, and even George Blaha, which he is getting up there age, whatever, and everything's a windmill to him. But he said, "Count that baby in a foul." You know what I'm saying? The official George Blaha tagline, no, was no foul. And we've seen the treatment from last year too. Now last year was his rookie year. This year is not the case. Put some respect on this guy's name. Give him some calls.
That was egregious.
Very egregious.
I just think he needs to attack the lane a little bit more. That's just me personally, but I do agree with you guys. Like, you're in Detroit, you're not going to get those calls. I mean, it's a different type of league right now. So, my bro, you got to attack the basket a little bit more. Show me what you're made of.
Flannel Sam.
I think he needs to attack the lane a little bit more. The thing about Cade Cunningham is that I think he fell in love with the mid-range jumper a little bit, and it's not quite falling the way that it was falling when he had that great stretch. He needs to attack the rim a little bit more, be a little bit more aggressive, because he is 6'8". He should be able to finish at the rim at a higher clip, at a higher consistency. Control what you can control, man, but he doesn't get enough calls. A little bit of both.
I agree with that. I think Cade needs to attack the basket more. But I also think that this is something that Pistons fans should be patient of, because Jason Tatum is another player comp. Luka was a different breed. I'm not comparing him to him. Luka averaged 9 free throws a game in his second season. So Cade is not that, and it's going to take Cade a while to be that. But Jason Tatum didn't average 8 free throw attempts a game until literally this season, which it's still an early season, so maybe that number will dip, maybe it'll go up. So,
fun fact, real quick, Pistons are number 2 in the league in free throws made and free throws taken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just be patient with it, honestly. When it comes down to it, you got time. Cade's a young player, and stars typically
shot
have
clock
to earn
went
it.
off. I mean, stop talking.
All right,
God.
next one. Next one. Okay, this one I got to shout out. I got to shout out our guy Jack Kelly for this one. Jalen Duren is third among NBA bigs in percentage point difference within 6 feet of the rim. Players are shooting 15% worse from the field at the rim. What do you guys think? You guys think it's time to start Duren and quit the mess, or no?
I was going to use that topic when we talked about Jalen Duren being left off the NBA rookie ladder. I was going to use that stat from Jack Kelly. But yes, I think we should start Duren. The team plays better when Jalen Duren's out there. He is an absolute menace in the paint. He is great at, he's already proved he can be a great rebounder in this league. So I think he should start for sure.
Yes. Easy. Yes. 100 times yes. No disrespect to Beef Stew. Get Duren get him on the court, bro. We know he's a yes. Just yes. I do I have to say anything? Like, do we watch the games? Yes.
Yeah, I agree. JB?
I gotta agree with Easy 100 times yes. Just start this man already. The dude has like 47 offensive rebounds in 7 games combined. Like, what are we doing here? Come on, just start this man.
Flannel, I haven't gotten to talk to you about this. You on the train?
Absolutely. That stat is phenomenal. If you can dominate your opponents in the paint like Jalen Duren has, especially when your alternative is 6'8" Isaiah Stewart, who provides you absolutely nothing in rim protection, start Jalen Duren yesterday.
I agree with that. I mean, you gotta start. It's just the number's way too good. I mean, that's third in the NBA. That's not a bench center. That is a starter.
Top five.
Yeah, that is literally top 5. So you got to give him his time. And with Bagley coming back, it's going to get interesting because Bagley's starting to come back right now, or trending towards that. It's going to be interesting to see how Jalen Duren's minutes are going forward. But speaking of Jalen Duren, I got one more I want to bring up that involves Jalen Duren. And this one was before the OKC win per Cleaning the Glass. The Detroit Pistons, when they have a lineup of Cade, Ivy, and Jalen Duren, are outscoring opponents by 18.8 per 100 possessions and allowing only 77.8. Listen, we've been very critical of Dwayne Casey and some things. It's a long season, but is it time to just let the young guys go?
Let the young dogs eat. That is the future of the Detroit Pistons franchise right there. Those 3 players should be cornerstones for your team for the next 10-plus years. Let them build together. We're obviously not going to see the Pistons in the playoffs or even the play-in this season. Let the young dogs eat, take them off the leash, and let them go after teams.
100%. Do it. You got the Warriors learn that way. You got the Grizzlies that learn that way. Yes. Let them pups off the porch, play with the big dogs.
JB?
That's the only way you're going to learn. You just got to unleash them. Let them do what they can do. Show us what you have out there on the floor. Show us the future that we can look forward to in Detroit.
Flannel.
What a testament to Troy Weaver it is that 3 first-round draft picks in the last 2 years, when you put them on the court together with that lineup, are playing so well. Absolutely, they should utilize that lineup more often. And that makes you feel really excited about the future for the Pistons. Troy Weaver.
Listen, man, you got to do it. And I want to say it. I want to jump there, but Troy Weaver might have did what he did in OKC with that Harden, Durant, Westbrook. Like, he's really finding it with also got thrown Ibaka. He is just proven draft after draft that he's going to find players, and now it's time to give them the time and gel. You're losing games anyways, so you might as well play the young guys.
Mm-hmm.
Now the last one, I gotta look up the numbers here. Okay, so
by the numbers,
in honor of the Detroit Pistons opponent tonight, the Boston Celtics, Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey are averaging as a duo, this is their combined stats for the season, 36 points per game, 10 rebounds and 10 assists, both flat. They're shooting actually the exact same percentages from the floor, which is weird too. 43% from the floor and 31% from 3. Can this duo, this Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham duo, can it be better than Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown?
That's tough. The Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are a very good duo, but I'm going to say yes because I believe Cade Cunningham's potential puts him as a top 3 player in the NBA when he is cultivated, when he is ready to go, when he is in his prime. I think he'll be a top 3 player in the NBA, so I do think that pushes them up above the Tatum and Brown combination.
Easy?
No. I mean, maybe they can in time, but they're definitely going to have to prove it. Tatum and Brown were literally in the NBA Finals last year.
Yeah, they're not already. They're a rookie and a 2-year player.
Yeah, no. I mean, for me, no. I mean, I'm in this. What's Stephen A always say? I got to see it. I told you guys this before. I swear I'm not a Jaden Ivey hater.
Got 5 seconds. Get that hate out.
Chat. No, I'm not a Jaden Ivey hater, but just Tatum, Brown, bigger guys. They were in the NBA Finals last year. I just don't know that that's a recipe for it.
JB.
In time, they will be, but of course not right now. Honestly, for me, I'm not 100% sold on Jaylen Brown, and maybe I think we kind of crown those two as like the 2 duos kind of early right now, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. So I think in time they will be.
Okay, JB. Flannel, what you thinking?
I do not think that duo will be better than Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And the main reason, and a lot of people aren't going to like this, I don't think Jaden Ivey is going to be a star. I think he's going to be a very, very good player, but not a star. I believe in Cade Cunningham a lot more than I do Jaden Ivey, but I think Jaden Ivey is going to be the worst of those 4 players overall.
That's where I'm at too.
Y'all are just gonna have a Jaden Ivey hate fest.
It's not a hate fest though, bro. It's like I don't understand where it gets mixed into hate. It was like when you look at the DNA of championship teams, it's just that doesn't exist on it. It's a big man's league. If it weren't the case, we'd be seeing guys 5'6" in there doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Jaden Ivey's 6'4".
I know he's 6'4". It's still a big man's league. Wings when you rings. Wings when you rings. It's just
What is
not hate.
What is when you wings? What is when you rings in Detroit?
I mean, we have some big dudes.
In Detroit,
defense.
What has won you rings?
Defense.
All-star backcourts.
Defense.
All-star backcourts.
Defense.
Listen, I think that this duo can be better, and here's why. 2017, so that would be Jason Tatum's rookie year and Jaylen Brown's second year. They had stats. They're both averaging 14 points a game, 5 rebounds a game, and only an assist and a half per game. They were shooting better from 3. Both were shooting 39% from 3. So they were shooting better, and granted they had Kyrie on their team as well and Gordon Hayward, so they didn't have the same amount of responsibility as Caden Ivey. But statistically speaking, and their time together, at where they're at, the trajectory aligns. So I think it's possible. I definitely think it's possible, especially because of the playmaking of Caden Ivey. I'm very surprised by Ivey's potential. Now, one last one I want to, and this one's...
I was going to say,
I want
shot violation
It
right
was.
there. The shot clock hasn't even started yet, so who's taking that free throw?
Yeah.
It was. Well, who wants to take? Who's shooting a free throw for the Woodward heavyweights? If we're on the line, and someone gets attacked.
Oh, Spinny for sure.
Spencer?
Yeah, I'm terrible at basketball. I'm the guy who plays like excellent defense. So I'm not good enough to do shit else. But we got to go to a break though, real quick. Can you tell us about Big Boy?
Yeah, because for a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries are back at Big Boy. It's not the Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease, and guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? They got chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, and nacho fries. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D, with spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals, where they'll beat all competitors by $5.
$5?
$5, Spinny. Don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com's got the hottest balls, the hottest deals, the darkest tan, your vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more coming.
Chili Peppers, Dan?
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man, Jaden Ivy Lover, Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
Young Chris, TD Move, JB Smooth on the 1s and 2s, and Flannel Sam, the Legend Killer, joined the show as well. We got one more Lions topic I wanted to get in before we dive back into some Pistons talk, which you had. Why'd you steal it, Sauce? You said you had an extra one. You still stole his topic.
I told you I had good numbers today.
Man. Kerby Joseph named the first Detroit Lions rookie ever to win NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Spin more racks. I know you spoke a little bit on BDE, but how you feel?
25, sitting on 25 million.
Excellent.
Excellent, sir. But no, you look at the stats from that game out of Kerby Joseph. 10 tackles, 2 interceptions, 3 passes defended. As we spoke on BDE, Sam called his second one Ed Reidian, the type of interception he made where he stepped in front of Robert Tonyan right on the goal line and made that interception. The guy was all over the place. He was making plays. He was electric. He picked off Aaron Rodgers twice. Obviously, the first one off of Derek Barnes' helmet, he jumps up, trying to gets it, and literally skies above everyone. He is about 10 inches in the air above Jeff Okudah to get that interception. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see the recognition that the NFL has given this young man, because he went out there and played the game of his life. Players hope to somewhat get anywhere near that kind of production, and he did it in one of his first games in the NFL. You love to see it. The instincts were on par. His ability as a ball hawk that we talked about in college, I said that when we drafted him. I was like, this guy, watching this kid at Illinois, he was a ball hawk. He made plays. And so seeing it translate into the NFL this soon already, is amazing. I love to see Kerby Joseph out there making plays. I love to see him not only picking off Aaron Rodgers, but getting in, tackling people, laying the hammer. We know he's not afraid to tackle because he caused 2 forced fumbles in 2 straight games before this one. He is out there laying the stick. He is now getting rewarded by squeezing a couple of interceptions. I love to see him out there making plays. 31 Savage, can you do something for me? Can you pick off Aaron Rodgers twice in the red zone? This guy is out there making plays. I love to see it. Kerby Joseph, take a bow. You deserve it, kid. You went out there and you had a great game.
31. Now, 100%. I want to give Kerby the credit he deserves. Again, the first Detroit Lions rookie ever in the history of Everdom to win Defensive Player Rookie of the Week. I'm sorry, Player of the Week. NFC Player of the Week, which is phenomenal. And I'm saying all this because I want him to get his credit, but I also, real quick, one more time, tell it before you finish your speech. No, I'm playing. Jaden Ibe, no. No, but seriously, Brad Holmes. Just still, bro. Another one. You saw me last week. I was kind of hesitant about the T.J. Hockenson trade just because I didn't like that it was in division, right? But we did get a second and a third for it. And now that I see Kerby coming along and just knowing Brad Holmes, the guy that grabbed him and made that happen, and now he has 2 extra picks too. I can't wait, bro. Can't wait, Mark Scott voice, man. Flannel Sam, what was your reaction to the Kerby Joseph?
Let's just say that my Kerby Joseph approval rating is higher than probably any individual Lions player's approval rating. Kerby Joseph absolutely deserved NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He picked off Aaron Rodgers twice, both when the Packers were looking to go down and score. You can maybe come to the conclusion that Kerby Joseph was directly responsible for taking at most 14 points off the board. If Kerby Joseph does not play in this game, and keep in mind he is a 3rd-round draft pick rookie, if Kerby Joseph does not play in this game, the Packers win. And I believe that with all of my heart and all of my knowledge, because Kerby Joseph played like one of the best safeties in the NFL. And we don't even talk about that big pass deflection he had. Kerby, I love this man. Kerby Joseph is good. And we're not even taking into account the 2 forced fumbles he had in the previous 2 games respectively. So that means Kerby Joseph has 4 forced turnovers in 3 games, and a lot of safeties, a lot of really good safeties go their entire careers without having an entire season in which they force 4 turnovers. Kerby Joseph just did it in 3 games. And not only that, all of those forced turnovers were basically in the red zone. So he may have been responsible for taking 28 points directly off the board in 3 games.
Damn,
Kerby Joseph, you are ridiculous.
That's a phenomenal way of putting it. And like, not only did he just do it, let's go back to Dallas real quick in highlight fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like, send my man on the helicopter. Like, for like highlight plays, not just making the plays. Or like I know certain scenarios last year with the Monty Warrior, he got the 6 interceptions, I think it was.
Yes.
But like sometimes there's right place, right time. Kerby's highlight interceptions, bro. I mean, not all interceptions, obviously, it's 2 in the year. But highlight plays, I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because not only is he like the helicopter, the fumble, stuff like that, he's still laying the wood, still having the almost interceptions. Like as Sam said, I'm actually in agreement with you. Out of even my guy Malcolm Rodriguez, who I was like parading around before the season even started, and obviously we have a 1st-round pick in Eddie Hutch, who's coming along nicely too. The approval rating for Kerby Joseph, in my mind, I think he looks apart more than anyone thus far out of this rookie class, for sure.
I mean, think about it. The Cowboys have a halftime lead if it wasn't for Kerby Joseph. The Packers have another win in the win column if it wasn't for Kerby Joseph. The Miami Dolphins tie the game at 7-7 instead of the Detroit Lions taking a 14-0 lead if it wasn't for Kerby Joseph. You're looking for splash plays. And we talk about Malcolm Rodriguez. He has been consistent. He's been very, very good. But he hasn't made as many splash plays as, say, a Kerby Joseph. And when you're a safety, when you're a ball hawking safety, when you're drafted to be a ball hawking safety, and you're creating 4 turnovers in 3 games, you are doing your job. And maybe this is a hot take. You're going to be seeing Kerby Joseph's name on the rookie ladder for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I don't think he'll ever overtake Sauce Gardner, but his name will be in the running for sure.
You think he'll be higher than Aiden Hutchinson by the end of the year?
I do, just because 4 turnovers in 3 games, and I don't see that slowing down. I think he's going to create at least 2 or 3 more, whether it be an interception or a forced fumble. He just has a knack, man.
He literally, and I mean, he's a former wide receiver too, so maybe that's why he has like the knack for getting to the ball. You know, when it's up there, the 50-50 chances, but he just does. He's got the it.
He's got that it factor.
Yeah,
that unteachable, innate ability to find and make plays.
Yes.
There are some things you cannot teach, and that is one thing, is going at the ball. Being, like you said, right spot, right time, making plays, knowing what's going to happen, and you love to see it, man. This kid is going to be special if he continues to play like this. He is going to be, like you said, one of the best safeties in the league if he continues on this trajectory. It's impressive to watch. And this is what his 3rd game as a start, his 4th game as a starter in the NFL, and the guy is making plays. Obviously, it's way too early to be. Eazy was comparing him to Troy Polamalu.
I wasn't comparing. I'm saying if he continues to do it,
it's way too early to speak of things like that. But yeah, you're right. If he continues to play on this level, continues to produce those levels of results, that's the type of player you're looking at. And having that on the back end of your defense, when you have a guy like Aiden Hutchinson, who you expect to be a game-changing blue chip pass rush guy, that only makes it easier. Because, like I said, on that interception, when he jumped in front of Robert Tonyan, he knew that the pass rush was going to get there. He knew Aiden Hutchinson, Kaminsky, Josh Pascal were beating down on Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers didn't have the ability to pump fake that and then go somewhere else with it. He could jump in front of that route and make the plays. Because jumping in front of routes like that is a huge gamble. You either are the hero or a GOAT.
Yeah.
And at that point, he was a hero because he had faith in the guys in front of him. And he went out there and he made plays. And he's cool. He's a cool cat.
Yeah.
You know, I've just been farting. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. My favorite quote of all time.
Elementary
I'm
bars.
going to get that tatted on me.
You know, actually, you had a good bar on that. Was my guy Morgan Canyon for the pod, part of Detroit. He wrote the article today, and he's like, because he had an interception on Aaron Rodgers when he was going to Robert Tonyan. He said he read that like green eggs and ham. I was like, ooh. Did. Simple read.
Yeah. It is a simple read, but.
The fart and shit line's been used. Like it's just like a.
I don't think I've never heard that one before.
You've 100%.
I have.
Heard
I just don't know where from.
Yeah.
J. Cole said it.
That makes sense because it is kind of corny.
Now it's corny. now it's corny.
Before
you had to say it was tattooed on you. Now it's corny.
If you say it in a rap, yeah, it's corny. He was saying it as a joke, and
I don't know. Do we know it was a joke?
It was a joke for sure.
You think he didn't text his boys like I got off? I got off on that bar.
Yes,
No?
I know he didn't text his boys saying, "Oh, bro, check that caption on my Instagram."
Okay, just checking.
Hey, I just bought my check mark for Twitter. No, 100%. I think what gets like taken out of context too, because we made the clip that we put on the Instagram and did well, but some people in the comment section is like, "Oh, after one game, it's not one game.
No, it's multiple.
It's not.
Games.
You start the Dallas game, and the other part too. I think you need to take into factor is like his rookie year and how young he is. A PFF, and I'm not a PFF guy, but if I want to win this argument, I'm gonna throw this in your face. Ranked number 2 out of all safeties in the NFL.
Yes,
like this is something. This is something to keep an eye on. It is. Now he is in concussion protocol. He didn't practice today.
He practiced. He was limited at practice.
He was limited.
Yeah, he was out there bouncing around. I saw a video. He was in the red shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I pray because we're gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That Chicago offense is woken up. And we're gonna.
And they just got Chase Claypool.
We're gonna need him if we want to sneak into the playoffs.
Sure. But what you need is to get some meat. And where you can get some meat is the butchery. Because the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is the butchery. Call 248-682-COWS. Yes, that's 248-682-COWS. Or order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The butchery. Meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads. Inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Our good friends at Swiss Insurance are heavily involved in their community. Whether you're a volunteer coach or on the board of your local community, Office Insurance is a must. If you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowner association, or volunteer coach, Directors and Officers Insurance is a must, like the armor of my pit. Make sure the kids, parents, and volunteers are all protected. Call Swiss Insurance today!
That is not a bar, by the way.
It's not a bar.
Kerby Joseph's bar was better.
It's not my bar. It's not my bar. I'm going to find him set up for you.
I've never heard anybody say that.
It's a must, like the armor of my pit. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights
Sounds like
live on WoodwardSports.com.
No, it doesn't.
Like a who bar?
J. Cole.
No, stop disrespecting J. Cole. You're a Future fan.
Educated
Like you can
underarms.
never judge J. Cole as a Future fan.
You can't tell me what I can and can't do.
I can't.
No,
I
you
can't. You
can't.
want to listen to garbage and do crack like you said like yesterday? That's on you. I'm gonna support you in
I
it.
can do whatever I want. Music is subjective.
But it
you
is.
like Joyner Lucas.
Easy, I got one for you.
What?
Educated underarms. I bought a degree.
There you go.
That sounds like a J. Cole bar too.
Hey, that one's hard.
For sure.
No, it's not.
Easy just sounds like
I
a
like
big
J.
baby.
Cole, but that's a bar.
Take
Shout out
back your
Future.
eye cares. That is not a bar.
It
Lottie
is.
dotty da.
Yeah.
Put the camera on yourself and tell people Lottie dotty da was a bar.
Lottie Dottie Die is a bar, Easy, and I'll say it with a straight face. You know why? Because one of the greatest rappers ever used Lottie Dottie Die, Slick Rick. If you know, you know. Come on.
He's one of the greatest rappers ever?
Easily. Easily.
No, he's not.
I'll put the camera back on me. Easily, Slick Rick is one of the greatest rappers ever. I don't have to be born in 1980 to know that. That's
Eminem,
facts.
Andre 3000, the rest of y'all. Like, he's not in that conversation.
Eminem's not in that conversation.
All right, I'm leaving. I can't. The Future guy. Going to Emmett. I can't. You got a basketball topic you want to get to? Spin Morax? Future fan?
Yeah, I do.
What's left of it?
Yeah, I do.
Dude, why are you just hating all
No,
the
I know.
time?
You get like moody like that. It's weird.
You're just hate. Well, I mean, I thought it was your job to drive the show, but
This is your
all right.
topic. I'm letting you introduce your topic.
It's
You did it earlier
Do you have
just
the
fine.
graphic for it?
Yeah, the rookie ladder.
You can throw it up. The rookie ladder was released, and
What?
The
Putting
NBA
Magic over Jaden Ivey? It's nonsense. Sorry.
The NBA has updated the rookie ladder. Paulo Banchero at the top spot. Obviously, the dude is balling. Benedict Mathurin at number 2, Jaden Ivey at 3, then Keegan Murray, and then a bunch of bums nobody cares about. No, Jabari Smith at 6th. That dude has been bad this year.
Yeah.
Bad.
No
this
one's
year.
talking about that.
But the big thing
Yeah.
is no Jalen Duren on that list. Jalen Duren was left off the NBA's rookie ladder. I don't know if that's because he missed a couple games, but he was not there. Shaden Sharp was there. Christian Koloko was there. Jake LaRiva was there. Andrew Nembhard was there. But no Jalen Duren. Is that disrespect to Jalen Duren? Or what's going on there?
Can I see the list one more time?
I got you.
Yeah, because
you were too busy interrupting
he was
Spencer,
in the
so
top
here you go.
3. Don't worry, Spencer interrupts all the time.
Now you can read.
Yes. Yes. To be honest, I mean, I'm not as familiar with Christian Koloko. What's the deal on him? You guys got the NBA League Pass, not me.
I don't know. Should be on there above Jalen
Yeah,
Jalen Duren. I'll tell you that.
He
plays basketball.
Jaden Duren's reaching top 5 stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's this Koloko fella?
He's smoking on top 5, Jalen Duren.
Are you familiar with the Koloko guy?
He plays in the NBA.
I can tell you that.
Andrew Nembhard, that's come on, guys. Jabari Smith has been bad.
Very bad.
6?
Christian Coloco plays for the Raptors.
Man, the Raptors rookies.
He's averaging 3.9 points per game, 3.7 rebounds per game, half an assist per game.
That reminds me of that one graphic we threw up that we got killed for. The all rookie.
Against the Bulls, he had 11 points, 7 boards, and 6 blocks. So
Is it Dirk averaging 4 and 7?
Yeah.
So if that guy's averaging 3 and 7, what does he have assists with him? What is it one more time?
Half an assist.
Yes, Jaden Duren's 110% getting disrespected. Flynn, Sam, are you looking up some numbers? Are you doing some homework right now?
Oh, I mean, I don't need to look up numbers to see that. For the most part, especially with the Jabari Smith stuff, is absolutely a disaster. It's a disaster in ways that are you can't even quantify. Jabari Smith not only has been bad, he has been morbid, so he should not be on this list at all. I will say this, though. I was just about to crush this list. I actually think the top 5, they got it right.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at the top 5 at all.
The top 5, they got it right. I would put
top 5.
I would put Shaedon Sharpe at 6, and then Jalen Duren at 7, because Jalen Duren, is he the best overall defensive player on the Detroit Pistons right now?
100%. He's averaging 7.5 on 55% shooting, 6.5 rebounds, and a block and a half.
And that's fine. That's exactly what you expected from him this year. He has been a very, very good backup center. He probably should be the starter. And just what he provides the Pistons on defense. Like I said, the thing that I just cannot get over is the Jabari Smith inclusion. It's name recognition. It's because he was the second overall pick. Jabari Smith is morbid at basketball right now. He should not. He should be benched. He should be in the G League with numbers like that. And he's on the rookie ladder. That's some bullshit, man.
Yeah, it really is.
He went in. I feel bad for Jabari though. I really feel like
Jabari's playing like garbage.
But we knew this. Like we had conversations in Studio B where I was like, with me, I feel so disrespectful saying this because I know he was the number 2 overall pick. I know our guy Jeff really loved him too. But like Rashard Lewis was like what I saw out of him. And to me, you don't take Rashard Lewis 1, 2, or 3 unless you have. Cade is a situation where maybe you take the gamble on that situation. But I don't want to say I've foreseen this, but I kind of did. You know what I'm saying? You need a true playmaker to have that thing excel. I don't even think they have that right now in Houston. It's a lot of Carmelo Anthony's going around.
No, and Eazy, you're 100% right. I think Jabari Smith got drafted into a bad situation. But that being said, you cannot average 10 points a game on 30% shooting from the floor. That is unacceptable when you are being sold as one of the best prospects in the NBA, possibly that franchise-changing pick. It doesn't matter the situation you're in. You got to be more efficient than that. Yeah. You got to rise above. Jabari Smith,
he doesn't take layups. He doesn't drive to the lane. He doesn't play out of the post. He just shoots contested jumpers.
And I don't get it because he's got great size. He should be able to dominate with at the rim. He should be able to get layups, dunk the basketball. But he doesn't do it. I don't understand it. And that being said, does he have great playmakers to get him the ball? No, but when you're Jabari Smith, when you're the number 2 overall pick, when you're sold as a guy that can make the Rockets, you pair him with Jalen Green and Kevin Porter, that sounds like a lot of talent, but a bad fit. But that being said, I don't know if I've ever seen an NBA player look this bad and then turn out to be worthy of a number 2 overall pick. It's not looking good for Jabari Smith. Get off the rookie ladder.
Yeah.
Damn. That's kind of a good point.
Derek Williams vibes.
What'd you say?
Derek Williams vibes is what I'm getting from him. Just a number 2 overall bust. That number 2 pick, honestly, one of my superstitions is I am always terrified of the number 2 pick. For some reason in the NBA draft, the number 2 pick seems to be the highest number for bust ever in the history of the NBA. Right. Oh yeah, that's true too. I didn't think about Darko as well. Yeah.
I feel like they're the super high potential guys that you're really just banking on that potential. You know what I'm saying? 100% because the best guy already got taken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're taking straight potential.
Yeah. Got another really bad number 2 overall pick. Sorry to interrupt, but Michael Beasley. There's another one.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say that Michael Beasley though, he looks a lot better than what Jabari Smith is looking like. Sure. I'll be honest with you. And yes, to be fair to him, he does not have a guard that's actually looking to get other people's shots. That is 100% fair. and that could be a big impact.
CJ Schneider in the Woodward Sports Chat says Ingram was pretty bad his rookie year.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was bad. I truly don't remember what his rookie year was like, but I do remember him off to a slow start, and now he became like the guy or like one of the options.
There's a number 2 overall pick. I think Brandon Ingram has panned out.
Ingram.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Really good.
Actually, who was one that year? Was Alonzo 2 that year, actually?
Yeah.
That was Fultz year, right? No.
No.
What year was
Brandon Ingram draft class?
I'm having a...
Oh, no. It was Simmons, Ingram.
Yes.
Yeah, Simmons.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think Ingram was number 2.
Lonzo was a number 2 overall pick. It was a different draft class. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
He was the Jahlil Okafor draft class.
Lonzo
was Ingram... No.
Yeah. I think...
Okay.
I'm so bad
It was
at
Ben
this stuff.
Simmons, Brandon Ingram, Jaylen Brown. Oh, my God. Dragan Bender, number 4.
Dragan Bender.
That's what I'm saying. Like, NBA...
Classic.
I think James Edwards want to put this out there, but like in terms of like top 10 picks, it can't be like equated to like an NFL top 10 pick.
Yeah.
There's so many more positions in NFL, so you can spread out like the good players a little bit more. NBA,
there's
it's
more
a lot
surefires.
riskier. Yeah. After you, I feel like your top 3s where you're kind of like looking for like surefire. Not even then, it even gets a little sketchy. But like past then, it's a lottery, bro. It truly is.
That was one of the biggest conversations I had with my friend. Was my friend Joshua? I always talk draft
I have
with.
no friends. I'm joking.
Yeah, well,
I'm your friend.
He theoretically exists.
I swear he's real, man.
I swear he's real. He goes to a different school. But no, we were having this conversation, and we had to do that stacked draft class of K, Jalen Green, all that. Who's the bust in the top 5? And I just said, historically, there's always a bust in the top 5, almost always. So I put my money on Suggs, and so far that's looking right.
Yeah, he was
good call.
Yeah. He's been playing pretty well this year.
Yeah,
it's not bad, but
leading steals at least. Tell us about Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever, has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of that for just $10 a month. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a big project coming up? Alta has you covered. Give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights, live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinball Rats.
What up, though?
We got young Chris TD with JB Smooth, the 1 to 2s, and Flannel Sam in the man's chair. Chris, what's your old name again?
Don't remember. Don't recall.
Never heard of it.
This is my last day of the week with Spinny. He's gonna get an accident on the way. I'm just kidding. That's messed up.
That's really messed up.
He's not gonna apologize. But no,
I'm gonna do it on purpose now. See you feel even worse.
He just swears on the way. Easy, don't feel bad about this.
UFC 281.
Yeah.
Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira.
Yep.
Got Michael Chandler versus Dustin Poirier.
Yo, Frankie Edgar on the card.
Yeah.
Dan Hooker on the card. Carlos Esparza versus Zhang Weili. Fake Weili is what we call her.
Why you call that?
Because China replaced her with a different person after she lost.
Oh, really?
That's what me and my friend say, yeah. Because she
Yeah,
looked
that's
way
hilarious.
different.
Yeah, she got a haircut.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's
fake Weili.
Fake Weili, okay. And she picked up Francis Ngannou too. The new ones are definitely new ones.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Let's start with Chandler Poirier.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited.
Dude,
that
this is going to be such a good fight.
They literally don't like each other.
I cannot wait. They don't like each other. They are two of the best strikers in the lightweight division, maybe in the UFC. Michael Chandler might be like the most electric fighter in the UFC right now.
You kind of, yeah.
The guy is a human highlight show. I'm real excited for this fight. Ah, man, I want to go Chandler, but
it's Poirier.
DP's just such a good boxer, man. He's so. I'm gonna go Poirier.
I think Poirier is one of the top 5 boxers in the UFC.
I think he's gonna pick him apart, but Chandler's got that power.
He does. He's a little psychopath too.
Yeah.
There's one way I could see Chandler pulling it off is and I don't know if like his pride will allow him it, but if he wrestle sexism.
Yeah, he's not going to do it.
Exactly.
Not a chance.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because he is a wrestler, and like that is, I feel like, in my opinion, like the most dominant style of mixed martial arts is the wrestlers.
Yeah.
But it's like him. Romero is literally a gold medalist.
Yeah.
And then he just doesn't use it. Like,
yeah.
I just don't get it. I feel like the pride though. It's like, I don't know, when you get punched in the face, you're like, no, I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch you back.
Oh, for sure.
No. All right. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Izzy's one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. I got a lot of favorite fighters. Poirier is one of them too.
Alex Pereira is the only man to knock him out, though. Dude, twice.
Well, we didn't knock him. We beat him the second time on points.
Oh yeah, he schlepped him once.
Yeah.
His son, when his son faked it. Did you see that?
No.
They were like, "Don't let him in the ring." Alex Pereira's son like came in the ring after he knocked out Izzy and like slumped, like fell on the ground, like was.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't know.
It's a great video. As Pereira was talking about after, he's like, "I told him not to let him in the ring. He's a little he's crazy old man." Yeah, but man, this is gonna be a good fight too. I can't not say Izzy. Like kickboxing is way different from UFC. Like way different from an MMA fight. So I'm gonna go with Izzy just because he, the dude's the GOAT of the middleweight division. He's been untouchable for so long. The only way he lost is when he went up a division and fought a guy who was way bigger than him. Like he was not ready for those problems. Jan thick.
Yeah, Jan thick.
I'm gonna go with Izzy, but man, this is like, you want to get spicy, throw some money on Alex Pereira by knockout.
I think that's where I'm going, to be honest with you, because like, as much as I do want to respect Izzy for becoming like a champion in mixed martial arts, I'm saying we're the former grappling and striking, you're mixing it up. His base is kickboxing. That's how he wins majority of his fights. You don't see him wrestling guys. And when he did get grappled up by Jan, although Jan is bigger, he took the L. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of people don't know this. Pereira was like, he's undefeated in MMA from beforehand. Because there's the big Brazilian promotion, like Paulo Costa's from there. A lot of Brazilian fighters come from there. Dana poaches him from there. And like, he was undefeated there, but he got paid more in kickboxing. Yeah. So he's like, well, I'm not doing this. I'm just going to do kickboxing. So like, it's not like he's not foreign to MMA.
No, yeah.
And again, he beat Izzy twice.
He's a dog.
One slept. By the way, Izzy was winning that fight, though, I guess. Like the way they tell it. It might be on YouTube somewhere. But Izzy was technically winning the fight, I guess, on points, and Pereira.
I think Izzy's going to win, though. I don't. It's hard for me to say Izzy's going to lose in the octagon at middleweight. Like
the other thing too, there's one other point I want to make too is Izzy's always been like the bigger, longer guy in a lot of his fights. Pereira's up there too.
Any good prelims? Dominic Reyes on the prelims.
Yeah. Oh my! How we have fallen from grace.
Dominic Reyes versus Ryan Spann.
I'm looking up Alex Pereira's height. 'Cause I'm pretty sure, because even in the ring when he was going against, who's the dude he just knocked out? The semi-racist dude. It's kind of sketchy.
Colby Covington?
No.
The dude, Alex Pereira just knocked out?
Yeah. Strickland.
Sean Strickland.
The size difference.
Yeah, but Sean Strickland's he's a pretender.
He's good, though.
He's good, but he's not like an elite MMA fighter. You know?
For sure.
He's a puncher.
I'm gonna bring up the size though. Like Pereira offers that size. Like Izzy's not gonna be able to
but Pereira's like
counter strike and pick him apart. Like
I think
Pereira's knocked out every single human he's fought in the UFC too. By the way,
he's 6-1 in his MMA career.
Yeah,
and it's telltale. I mean, he's 2 years older, but he's only got a 1-inch reach advantage. They're both 6'3", 185, but Izzy definitely looks smaller when he's in the ring. He looks skinnier than most middleweights.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't say with a straight face that he's gonna lose. I wouldn't be surprised.
As soon as this fight was announced, I put money on Pereira.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I can't say he's going to lose. He's
not surprised, mother lovers.
Yeah. But that'll do it for us today. We appreciate you all for joining us live on woodwardsports.com. You guys will be in great hands for the rest of the week as I have to take care of some family business. I appreciate the man to my left, Speak Easy, getting it done, carrying on the ship without me. Chris Platty in the TD booth. I kind of appreciate him.
Chris,
I really
are you
appreciate
going Thursday and
JP.
Friday too, or just Thursday?
Yes, Thursday and Friday I'll be going.
And our boy Sam Flannel, who will be sitting in this chair tomorrow from Heavyweights 5 to 7. Check us out. I'm Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. You guys have a great week.
Spencer, enjoy weekend jail.
Yeah.